Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in all Magic the Gathering formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you all for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we're playing Bant Spirits and Pioneer. We're going to go ahead and jump into game number 1 here. This hand is close to keepable. I'm a little hesitant though because we don't have a third land drop and we have all these 3 and 4 drops. So I think I am going to take a mulligan here. Alright, this hand's a little better, but I have similar hesitation because we have this Glacial Fortress on turn 1, and we're not going to be able to play a turn 1 Mausoleum Wanderer. That being said, though, I am going to go ahead and try and keep this hand. I think we're actually going to put Mausoleum Wanderer on the bottom because we aren't able to play it on turn 1. Let me know in the comments below if you think that was the right play. If you don't, just let me know why as well. So I am going to go ahead and play Temple Garden here tapped. Next turn we'll play Glacial Fortress, and depending on what our opponent seems to be on, we'll either play Supreme Phantom or keep up the Petty Theft if our opponent is a more aggressive deck. Turn up my volume here for a moment. Alright, Siren Storm Tamer. So that's a little bit of an interesting play from our opponent. I do think here the correct play is just to play Supreme Phantom and pass. And then we'll have Nebelglass Herald for the following turn. Rattle Chains. Is this a spirit? No, it's a Siren Wizard. Alright, I'm definitely interested here what our opponent is playing. Do I keep up the Herald or do I play the Petty Theft? I think I keep up Herald. I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. I'm definitely interested in what our opponent's follow-up play is going to be. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try and play the Herald here. We'll see if it gets countered. It doesn't. So we'll tap down the Rattle Chains. Alright, Spectral Sailor. Okay, that's fine. So now while the Ghost is clear, I think I'd go ahead and run out this Collected Company and see what we hit. Alright, Empyrean Eagle and Nebelgast. That seems pretty good here. I'm going to be able to tap down everything on our opponent's side of the board and get in for, it looks like 6 here. The question is, do I want Selfless Spirit in case they have something? I don't think I do, though. Since they're playing blue-white, this looks like blue-white Spirits, which they're playing Siren Storm Tamer, which I'm not sure about. But I'm going to go ahead and play Empyrean Eagle here and Nebelgast and just tap down their board. Alright, I'll attack with what we can here, get in for 6. And at this point, we're just trying to outsize our opponent. Next turn, I'll probably play Petty Theft. Alright, there's another Supreme Phantom. I wonder if they... Okay, they have a Selfless Spirit here. My likely play is to play Rattle Chains this turn, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and not pay the 2. So what happens if I don't really like this position. So I think here what I do is I pass the turn, and at the end of turn, well, I guess Brazen Borrowing the Rattle Chains doesn't really make a difference because they can just flash it in. Or, I'm sorry, Petty Thefting the Selfless Spirit doesn't really make sense because they can just flash it back in with Rattle Chains. I'm not loving our position at the moment. Maybe it was correct to get our own Rattle Chains to kind of negate this one. I don't like passing the turn, but I think it's what we're going to have to do. Because if we swing in, they're likely to block here with Rattle Chains. I guess what I could do here is flash in the Rattle Chains. It doesn't have to, you know, flash in. We're playing in our main phase. I think I want to tap down their Rattle Chains. And maybe just a Spectral Sailor here. Sure, we'll give, I guess, Empyrean Eagle flat hexproof. And I do think I want to attack here. And we'll see how our opponent blocks. They may try to double block something, which I think is fine. Alright, I think this is going to work out in our favor here. So I'm going to go ahead here and Petty Theft one of these. Oh, and they just yielded through that? They didn't even sack the Selfless Spirit. Well, that definitely worked out in our favor. Okay. I don't think our opponent was expecting the Petty Theft. That misplay might have cost them the game here. That definitely was good in our favor. And another collected company. Wow. Okay. I think here I just attack with the 2 Heralds. If they want to block everything on the Empyrean Eagle, maybe I just attack with everything at this point. Alright, if they want to flash that in, I think here I just collect a company. I don't think there's any one mana spell that can counter this. Sure, any order. And now we just tap down their team, and I think we win here. Alright, so we are against, it looks like Azorius Spirits is what I was getting from that. So let's go ahead and bring in, I believe the 3 Mystical Disputes are going to be good here. I also don't mind the Avacyn for sure. I kind of like Deputy of Detention, and I also like the Deccan Stones, but I don't want to completely mitigate our deck here. I want to keep things pretty aggressive. So our opponent's likely to have counter spells, so I think I like taking out the Spectral Sailors here. I also, I think I like the Mausoleum Wanderers. I don't mind taking out the Spectral Sailors here. I definitely want the Selfless Spirits. I think we can trim on our Rattle Chains. So we're for sure bringing in the Mystical Disputes here. I think I'm also okay with trimming on an Empyrean Eagle. And I think a Supreme Phantom. And I definitely want the Archangel. And maybe it's just a collected company. I kind of like, if we're bringing in Archangel Avacyn, taking out one of the collected companies. And being that we took out a Supreme Phantom and an Empyrean Eagle, maybe I leave the Eagles, take out one Supreme, The question is, do I want a detention sphere or do I want to settle the wreckage? And is there anything else we want to cut? Alright, our opponent also is likely to take out their mystical disputes. Or bring in mystical dispute. Do I want to cut Brazen Borrower for Deccan Stone? I think I'm fine trimming 1 for 1. I do think I want to settle the wreckage, though. And maybe it is just where the eagle was. So we have 6 lords still. I don't mind this. And we're kind of playing a more reactive game. They are on the play, so that's something we need to consider. So I like the mystical disputes. The deputy is fine. I like to settle the wreckage. And I don't mind the Deccan Stone for a Brazen Borrower. Yeah, I feel like this is okay. Let's go ahead and play it through and see if there's anything else. I do want to give a big shout out real quick to our awesome sponsor, manatraders.com. Oop, they're over there. manatraders.com, go check them out. Use promo code Crocodile. You save 15% off your first 3 months. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that like and subscribe button. It helps support the channel, and I really appreciate it. I do think we have to take a mulligan here. This hand is not very good as is and was missing a complete color of mana. I think this hand is pretty decent. The question is, what do we put on the bottom? I almost feel like it has to be the Spell Queller. Which is a little awkward, but I do think I'm going to keep this. I do think I'm going to put one of these Spell Quellers on the bottom. And we'll see how our opponent plays this out. So they're likely to have a turn 1 play here. Alright, Spectral Sailor. Bringing it in with Flash. Alright, there's our other land, which is nice. They could just out-aggro us here, too. We have to be we have to recognize that. I think on the play, we want the other Deccan Stone. Alright, Curious Obsession. There's a chance I'm just trading this Selfless Spirit with the Spectral Sailor here. Curious Obsession definitely looks pretty decent. Alright, and now that we drew the other Selfless Spirit, I don't mind trading this first one. We'll see if they have like a Deccan Stone or anything in here. Oh, Reflector Mage. Okay. Wow. That's pretty decent. So I think while they're tapped out here, I'll just deputy the Spectral. That way I make sure they we get rid of the Curious Obsession here, because that's going to be a lot of value over time. Taking a lot of damage off my lands, it kind of sucks. Alright, we'll go ahead and get rid of the Curious Obsession. And we do have a blocker now for Reflector Mage. I just had to slow them down and stabilize a little bit here. If we... Alright, this is more like a blue-white value deck than it is, I think, a straight control deck. Alright, and I think here we go ahead and play Selfless Spirit and then play the Mausoleum Wanderer. And just start creating a board state. And hopefully this slows our opponent down a little bit. We both did miss a land drop on turn 4, so we both do have stuff going on. Oop, I do not want to yield because we have this Mausoleum Wanderer. Alright, now they have a Wanderer of their own. Alright, here I'm going to attempt to get rid of the Teferi. I'm going to go ahead and play Nemblegas Herald and see if they have a counter for it. Alright, I'm going to tap down the Selfless Spirit and pump our own. They could have a flash spell as well, though. Alright, they have actual Rattle Chains here. Alright, here I think I'm just going to wait then. Alright, this is getting a little difficult. Hopefully this Settle the Wreckage plays out in our favor. Playing the next Herald, the next turn, we'll be able to tap down these and be able to pump and hopefully attack in. I really hope they tap low or tap out here. They're debating playing something this turn. Ooh, cancel. Meant to play the Herald. Almost clicked on the Supreme Phantom. Alright, do they have a Spell Queller? Yep. Alright, so we're not going to be able to play anything here. It's getting a little concerning. Hopefully we're going to be able to next turn draw a land and play out this Supreme Phantom so we can at least outsize our opponent's things. Botanical Sanctum was not the land we were looking for here. Alright, I'm going to attempt to play out this Supreme Phantom. Alright, I think I'm fine here attacking. Do I want to attack Teferi here, or do I wait till next turn? This is just such an odd position. I don't want to get like settled or anything, especially since we can't really react to our opponent's stuff. Do I trade 2 for 1, or possibly... Maybe I just wait a turn. I'll play Selfless Spirit next turn and hopefully be able to get in. Alright, there's a Spell Queller. Yeah, they have the Rattle Chains too, so they could have just blocked and then flashed in Rattle Chains. So I think that was the right move here. Alright, and they have 2 Selfless Spirits also. Alright, they return our Herald here. They're just going to attack with everything. I feel like they're likely to have a Lord here. Hopefully they don't have 2. This might just be a blowout though. Alright, there's the Empyrean Eagle. That Teferi Time Raveler actually seems pretty decent here. Alright, how do we win in this spot? Playing a Herald adds a blocker. I really don't want to take 2 damage from our land here, but I think we're going to have to. Alright, we'll play Herald here. Play Selfless Spirit. Yeah, we don't have any attackers. And they have 3 that are going to hit us. I think if they just attack with everything here, I think they win. The settle would have been great, but because they have Teferi, there's no way of actually settling. Yeah, I was going to say, I think they just attack here with everything, and I think they win. Block here and here, I guess. And we still take 7, exactly. They have another Lord the Pump. Yep. Alright, we're going to go ahead and concede here. Alright, here we want to play more instant speed, I think. So I can see playing the Deccan Stones. I'm sorry, we want to play more sorcery speed. It's a little inconvenient, but I think we're going to have to, especially if they're bringing in Teferi. I like the Phantom. Maybe I go down to 2 Empyrean Eagle, 4 Phantoms. And we want to be more aggressive, so that's kind of where I'm going with this play. Deccan Stone, Selfless Spirit's fine, Rattle Chains. I think we can probably go down to 2 Rattle Chains. And I think I want to bring in the Spectral Sailors again and bring in the Collected Company. Maybe I don't want the Spectral Sailors. Like, we're not playing the same game plan our opponent is. The other thing, too, is they kept in their Mausoleum Wanderers, so maybe I don't want Settle the Wreckage. Maybe I just want another Empyrean Eagle. I think I like this a little bit more. So we brought in the 2 Deccan Stones as removal spells. And then we have our Mystical Disputes. That was another thing about last game. We didn't draw a single Mystical Dispute, which was a little odd. And maybe I trim a Collected Company and leave in this Brazen Borrower. Play more of a creature-based. Something we can react, but also have a couple removal spells for. I think I'm okay with this, because they still have their Mausoleum Wanderers. Alright, let's go ahead and play first. And this hand looks actually pretty decent here. I think this hand looks decent. The creatures are a little odd. Alright, we'll still keep this. I don't think I want to take the 2 off the breeding pool. Alright, so we are just going to enter this tapped and pass the turn. And even if they have a turn 1 Mausoleum Wonder or something, I think that's okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead and start with a turn 1 Selfless Spirit. And if they have Rattle Chains next turn, I don't think we have to worry about anything because we can just Mystical Dispute it. Alright, that's a Selfless Spirit of their own also. I think that's fine. Spell Queller's an interesting draw here. Alright, I expected the block from the Selfless Spirits, so I actually didn't want to, I didn't want to play Phantom here. Maybe I do play Phantom this turn, though. Or do I just hold up Spell Queller? The awkward thing is, if they have Teferi this turn, is we just played Supreme Phantom, left down a mana for Mystical Dispute, and they have a Mausoleum Wanderer. So maybe I just pass the turn this turn and leave up Spell Queller. Alright, a little bit awkward Prairie Stream for our opponent. And they just don't play anything here. Okay. I do think I want to pay the 2 here. Alright, I think I just passed the turn here. We'll see if they try to flash something in here. Alright, Rattle Chains. I think I'm fine. Maybe I just Mystical Dispute that. Do we play the Spell Queller, is the question. And what if they have a removal spell for the Spell Queller? I think I'm going to attempt a Nimblegast Herald here, because I think it achieves the same goal. Alright, taps it down. Okay, they have the Rattle Chains, which is fine. Alright, we're going to let them draw 1 card here, but then we're going to tap it down next turn. If we draw a land, this will be nice because we'll be able to Supreme Phantom this turn. Alright, it was not the case. This still isn't bad because now we're going to be able to attack for the turn. This is such a tough matchup, playing like Azorius Spirits against Bant. Simply because we don't have the Teferis either. I must feel like I have to flash in the Spell Queller now. We're going to have a big attack next turn if this works. So I do want to tap that down. And if they don't have a second Rattle Chains, I think we're in pretty good shape here. Alright, this just screams a Lord here. Let's hope they don't too. I'm fine with this trade because it's going to... We didn't have anything under Spell Queller. And next turn we're going to be able to play Supreme Phantom and Selfless Spirit, tapping down the Eagle. We're going to start getting in for quite a bit of damage here. And there's a Rattle Chains of our own. So I think actually here what I do is play the Supreme Phantom, tap down the Empyrean Eagle, and actually leave up Rattle Chains for the following turn. Oh, they still attacked. Shoot, okay. I misunderstood how Curious Obsession worked. I thought if the creature itself didn't attack. At the beginning of the step, if you didn't attack with a creature this turn, sack it. Okay. Alright, we're going to leave Rattle Chains up here. Alright, that's fine. Alright, we're going to let Reflector Mage resolve and then Rattle Chains whatever it reflects. Hopefully they don't have a Mystical Dispute here. It doesn't look like they do. Sure, let's give Rattle Chains Hexproof. Alright, that's fine. This is a little bit of a nombo from our opponent with the Herald. I guess I could have gave Herald Hexproof, but I don't think it mattered too much. Alright, let's see what they attack with. Probably just the Sailor, I assume, to keep the Wanderer around. Or the Curious Obsession, sorry. The Wanderer doesn't, like, sack. It just, the Curious Obsession does. Alright, this is actually a pretty decent spot. So now the question is, what do I want to attack with, if anything? I think I attack with both creatures. They've already shown they don't have a Mystical Dispute, and we have this Selfless Spirit, which is pretty decent. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get the extra point of damage in now. And then we have Herald for the following turn. I think I'm going to Herald on their upkeep since they haven't shown any... They haven't shown any counter spells yet. Alright, what do we want to stop here from attacking? I think probably this Mausoleum Wanderer. I don't want to yield because we have the Selfless Spirit. I want to make sure we're able to sack if we need to. And now they're at 4. I think this is going to be enough to possibly get the game. Alright, this is definitely enough, I'm pretty sure. Alright, before blockers, I'm going to go ahead and flash in the Supreme Phantom. Alright, this is fine. I'm going to end up having the sacrifice, I think. No, this should still be good enough. Because I have 5 attackers, so unless they have another creature to flash in here, I think I'm okay. Oh shoot. Okay, we're 1 short because of the Alright, so I'm gonna sack this here. And this is actually gonna kill the Spellqueller. So that's actually pretty unfortunate for them. Because this deals 3 and then deals 3. Yep. And then I'm gonna get my Lord back. So I don't see how they come back from 1 unless they have a oh, but we have a Mausoleum Wanderer. So I was gonna say, unless they have a Settle the Wreckage, I don't see how they come back. Alright, it looks like we did get the game there. So thank you all so much for watching. Go check out manatraders.com, our awesome sponsor that helped us rent today's deck. And also, please hit that like and subscribe button because it helps support the channel, and we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, and I'll see you in the next match. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, check out the description below for more Magic the Gathering content. This was Jordan with Crocodile MTG, and we will see you next time.